The White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles shares an account of the president's first year back in office in a series of interviews published today by Vanity Fair. ABC's Christian Cordero has more as Wiles peels back the curtains on several issues.
She's one of the most powerful people in Washington. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, often sitting just off frame in televised meetings, is in the spotlight today after sharing striking details about the Trump administration in a series of interviews with Vanity Fair. Wiles gave a range of descriptions for members of the cabinet, including telling Vanity Fair the president has an alcoholic's personality, saying President Trump, who has repeatedly said he doesn't drink alcohol, operates with a view that there's nothing he can't do. Nothing, zero, nothing, and compares the president to her alcoholic father. Trump today said he's not offended by Wiles' word choice, telling the New York Post he has a possessive and addictive type personality, reiterating that he doesn't drink. Wiles rarely speaks publicly, known more as the behind-the-scenes architect of Trump's re-election campaign and a fierce loyalist in his inner circle.
Everybody at this table has done a fantastic, and Susie, thank you for doing a great job as our Chief of Staff. First female Chief of Staff in the history of our country, which is pretty amazing when you think of it, right? And she's the best. Thank you very much. Great job.
Wiles calls the article a disingenuously framed hit piece on her and the administration, alleging significant context was disregarded to paint a chaotic and negative narrative. On the Epstein files, Wiles blasts Attorney General Pam Bondi, saying in the article, quote, "I think she completely whiffed on appreciating that that was the very targeted group that cared about this." Wiles tells Vanity Fair the president is named in the Epstein files, but denies he's, quote, in the file doing anything awful, and said he's on the manifest of Epstein's plane, telling the magazine they were, sort of young, single, whatever, sort of young single playboys together. She also says the Epstein files do not have any incriminating evidence of former President Bill Clinton, saying there's no evidence and the president was wrong about that. On Venezuela, Wiles suggests to Vanity Fair the attacks on boats at sea is ultimately about regime change, not drug smuggling. She tells Vanity Fair Trump, quote, wants to keep on blowing boats up until Maduro cries uncle. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.